When I first saw the pictures, my heart sank. My wife, Sarah, had posted cozy pictures of herself and her ex, Mark, on her social media. They were sitting close on a couch, laughing, and even sharing a drink. The caption, "If you're jealous, that's your problem," was written under the images. It was like a slap to the face. I thought we were happy. We had been together for 5 years, and I never doubted her loyalty. Sure, we had our ups and downs, like every couple, but nothing that seemed irreparable. We had recently moved in together and were even talking about starting a family, but now all of that felt like a lie. I tried to brush it off, thinking it was nothing. Maybe just a nostalgic moment between old friends. But the more I looked at those pictures, the more uneasy I felt. Sarah had always told me that Mark was just a friend, but now I wasn't so sure. That night, when she came home, I couldn't hold it in any longer. "Sarah, what's going on with you and Mark?" I asked, trying to keep my voice calm. She smiled, almost too casually. "Oh, come on, it's nothing. You're overthinking this. We've known each other for years, and I just thought it would be fun to reconnect. Nothing more to it." I wanted to believe her, but the doubt gnawed at me. Why post those pictures? And why the comment about jealousy? She rolled her eyes. "You're the one making it a big deal. It's not my problem if you're insecure. I thought you trusted me." Her words stung. Insecurity? Was that how she saw me? I wasn't insecure, I was hurt. I wanted to tell her that, but I couldn't find the right words. The next few days were tense. I couldn't stop thinking about those pictures and her response. I began noticing small things. Her phone was always face down when she left it around. Her texts seemed to take longer to respond to, and there was this distance in her eyes that I couldn't ignore. I tried confronting her again, but she brushed me off, saying I was being ridiculous. "If you're jealous, that's your problem," she repeated, as if saying it over and over would make it true. I thought about walking away. I thought about just leaving her to figure out her own mess. But I loved her. I had to know if my fears were justified. One afternoon, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I went through her phone while she was in the shower. What I found made my heart stop. There were several messages between Sarah and Mark, messages that were flirtatious, even suggestive. She had been lying to me all along. I felt betrayed, not just by her, but by everything I thought we had built together. I waited until she got out of the shower and confronted her with the evidence. Her face turned pale when she saw what I had found. She tried to deny it at first, but the guilt was written all over her face. "I didn't mean for it to go this far," she whispered. "It just happened. Mark and we reconnected, and I didn't know how to stop it. I was shaking both from the anger and the heartbreak. So, all these years, I was just some guy you kept around while you were messing with your ex?" "No," she said quickly. "I love you. I didn't want to hurt you, but it didn't matter anymore. The trust was gone. The bond we shared had been broken, and there was no going back. I realized then that I had to leave. Not just for my own peace, but because I deserved better. I packed my things that night. When I walked out the door, Sarah stood there, frozen in disbelief. But I didn't look back. There was no point in staying where I wasn't wanted, where I wasn't truly loved. In the days that followed, Sarah tried to reach out, apologize, and beg for forgiveness. But I had already made up my mind. The pictures, the lies, the betrayal, they were all too much to overcome. I never spoke to her again after that day. It hurt, but it was the only way to move forward. There was no room in my life for someone who didn't respect me, who would rather play games with an ex than cherish the man who loved her. And as for her comment, "If you're jealous, that's your problem," it was no longer my problem. It was hers.